When I realized that so many people may be trapped living a life that they don't feel is right for them, I thought to myself, I'd love to share my story over a series of podcasts, bringing up maybe certain obstacles and things that have gotten in my way, and others might be able to hear them and think, oh, aha. That's me. I feel a little bit stuck where I am. If it's a relationship, a business endeavor, your occupation, parenting, really anything that we have preset programming from those around us and from society to think of things a different way. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast. It has taken me quite a long time to get out there and want to do this. It's been on my heart for many years, and I wanted to take a minute and tell you a little bit about myself and my story and why I felt it was so important to get some of these messages out that I have experienced over the past few years. So, if you don't know anything about me, I originally am a nurse. I stayed home with my son while he was younger until he went to school. And when he went back to school, being a nurse, one of the best jobs, in my opinion, that matches with your child's schedule was school nursing. So I went back to work as a school nurse in junior high, which was an amazing, amazing opportunity. But I found it was quite challenging on that salary to make ends meet. During that time, I had gotten into fitness when my son was younger, really found a love for competing, won my IFBB Pro card, and was so passionate about all things training and exercise. It transformed my view of myself, it helped build confidence. So many things I attribute to fitness. And I realized that I really wanted to share that message with others. But and knowing how society can be and personal training, it just didn't seem like a job that held as much recognition to other people in my family and my circle as nursing. So I was really hesitant to move in that direction as a profession and wanted to stay in nursing, but figured I would do what I was doing with personal training just on the side as a hobby. Well, with the encouragement of, my then relationship, and I do attribute this of me getting out of feeling like I had to be trapped in nursing to Eric. I decided to actually sell and try and make this fitness thing a real deal. And that was so hard. And it really made me think of how many other people have an idea, have a feeling, have a skill set that might not be in the traditional sense of what an occupation would be or what a feasible job would be. And sometimes that pushback from our close circle, our family and friends, those people whose opinions we think the most highly of. I always kind of call it like the panel. If your panel is against what you want to do, I could see how so many people would just abandon the idea or the hope or the dream completely and stay maybe in a job or an occupation that they don't have any fulfillment and joy. And fortunately for me, if I would have stayed in nursing, that wouldn't have been the case. I was very fulfilled in nursing. I love it. All of the heart based professions, they really have called my name. Since I was younger, my dad was a teacher, my mom was a nurse. I saw them help people. I love helping people. It's seriously something that I knew I'd stay in that realm. So when I realized that so many people may be trapped living a life that they don't feel is right for them, I thought to myself, I'd love to share my story over a series of podcasts, bringing up maybe certain obstacles and things that have gotten in my way, and others might be able to hear them and think, oh, aha. That's me. I feel a little bit stuck where I am. If it's a relationship, a business endeavor, your occupation, parenting, really anything that we have preset programming from those around us and from society to think of things a different way. So when I started really listening to what I felt was true for me. And people say it all the time, right? Be your true, authentic self. You have to live in your truth. Um, but a lot of times, what does that mean? And I started thinking about how I really feel about who I am and what my purpose is, and what maybe those close to me want for me, how much I'm letting other people weigh on my decisions, how the outside world is experiencing me, where would I want to change, what can I take into account for my life's purpose. And I think that those reflective times really changed the name of the game for me and had me realize sometimes I don't necessarily know my truth immediately, and I have to sit with it for a bit of time. Sometimes I have to think, where is this programming coming from? Is this my intuition, or is this a past event, maybe good or bad? Maybe it's a trauma, maybe it's not, but is a past event leading me to see things a certain way? When you think about how we all experience others, how we experience, the world, we can't take everything in. So we're only taking in certain things. And all of that is really based on our preconceived notions, our programming, how we were raised, what those around us, what they value. Sometimes we can just adopt values. And it's really beneficial to sit back and think, like, what are the most important things to me? What do I believe in? Do I think that something isn't possible? For instance, one of the things that I noticed that I would believe is if everything's going well, something has to go wrong. So instead of really reveling in the joy and the experience, I would be waiting for something to happen, because when things are going right, something has to go wrong. Where exactly did that come from? We could have a whole nother podcast for it, but you might find that you do some of those things. And if you catch that pattern and you can let go of it, then you can change it completely. You can just decide that, hey, when things are going right, it's okay for them to go right. And I can be excited that they're going right. And this is for me. So, wrapping up, that's what really, encouraged me to want to share more of what had gone on with me, because I was a nurse. I still am a nurse. I'm still active in nursing, but now I own a digital fitness business. I have experience opening a personal training studio. I've opened a fast casual dining concept called Protein House in Gilbert. The trajectory of the things that I have experienced are not the norm after I graduated nursing school, and what would then maybe unfold in a traditional sense. I've been just open to different opportunities and experience, some of them amazing, some of them a learning lesson. But I think that just having the ability to really go out there and do you, and choose what's right for you, and believe that you can have amazing success, abundance in your relationships, your friendships, your business endeavors, and more, is, in my opinion, really what's going to change the name of the game and going to help all of you live your best lives. I know for me, even coping, when I was coping with things, I would oftentimes turn to emotional eating, and trying to avoid really this reflective talk that I'm speaking of, this where you would just kind of think, where is this coming from? Why do I feel this way? Really call in any negative emotion, sadness, overwhelm, anger, and see what programming lies below it, how that really makes you feel, work through some of your emotions. I would kind of want to just push them away and shove it down, and I was really afraid of any pain. And leaning into these things, not only have I learned so much more about myself and what I want, I've gotten so much more clear on how to set appropriate boundaries. I'm not so afraid of painful experiences. I'm not afraid of letting go. I'm not afraid of loss. And that power, it can really change the way that you experience the world. And I want that for everyone. I don't want that just for me. I want it for everyone out there. And I'm hoping that even one episode of this upcoming podcast will ring true for you, and it will help you. And, you'll be able to say that your life was changed and you had an aha moment. And if I even had a small piece of that, I would be oh so grateful. So welcome to the podcast, and I'm excited to have you.